Hey everyone! Today we're talking about lesson 10.6 in our pre-algebra textbooks, and it's all about the fundamental counting principle. This is one of my favorite things to talk about and learn, just because it's really neat. I don't have any other way to say it other than it's really neat. It makes life simple rather than having to make our big, long, complicated sample spaces when we're talking about really large situations. Our learning target for today is I can define the fundamental counting principle. And we have a couple definitions. So our definitions today are fundamental counting principle, and this is on page 558 of your textbook. If one event has m possible outcomes and a second event has n possible outcomes after the first event has occurred, there are m times n possible outcomes for the two events. That is a big mouthful. What it's saying is if you have two different things and you want to figure out how many ways they compare, you take the number of items in the first one. So you take the number of items in our first, and you multiply that by the number of items in the second. And that equals total number of pairs. Our second vocab word is a tree diagram. That is a branching diagram that shows all possible outcomes, all possible combinations or outcomes of an event. And that is a diagram that we're going to get into in our last example. So we're going to hold off about talking about that for a little bit. Next we'll be moving on to example 1. Pause this until you are ready to move on.